Hello.
Hello, Raymond. How are you?
Hey, Bruce. How you doing?
Okay.
Good. I'll be right back. Scooby, right there. Right there. Vacuum. One more. Right there. Right there. There. What are you blind? Huh?
All right. The clock says it's 13:30. Welcome, everybody. This will probably be a little shorter than I originally intended it to because I'm sick and I'll start coughing at some point. So, but we'll try to get to it. This is basically this year I set up, instead of doing the same old, this is how you get your technician rating and all that. I wanted to do something on the AEX award and some of the awards that are available to CAP squadrons. It seems like we don't take advantage of. They're not hard to get. It just takes a little bit of effort. We had 7 squadrons out of wing applied for the AEX this year. Out of those 7, 4 achieved it. I remember the numbers right. So that's not a very good showing for the wing. Only 4 squadrons achieving the AEX award. So I put together a little presentation on what's required to get that award. And some of it is based off of your activity reports. So we'll take a look at that. If you have any questions along the way, just feel free to let me know. Okay, the AEX award. Doing things I don't want it to do. Okay. In order to get the AEX award, you have to apply for the AEX award. It's not an automatic application. Every squadron, if they want to apply for it, has to apply for it. And it runs from the period 30 September to, or 1 October to 30 September. Last of September is when the everything has to be done for the report in order to get the award. And you get a nice fancy little certificate that comes for all your cadets and seniors that participated and won for your squadron as well. So to apply for it, you just go to Aerospace Education. This, go to AEX down here and apply for the AEX. Okay. When you click on that, and I think I have mine shown here where I did it because I already applied again for this year. It'll automatically put your CAP ID up there if you're the AEO for the squadron. If you're not, you probably won't have access to this anyway, unless you're the commander. But it will put your CAP ID up there, your name, your unit, and then you have to select the year. This year would be 2021-22. And then it puts your home address I don't know why, but it does. It takes your home address out of e-services and puts it there. And your CAP email. Whoops. And then down here at the bottom, you get to select what you want to use. You get a free book. AEX1 for kindergarten grade 5, which you definitely don't want that one. They send you the book in the mail. Takes a couple weeks for you to get it. But, once you start this process, you can work on throughout the year. You're required to do 6 activities that are either out of the AEX curriculum or of your choosing. And I've never had them turn down anything I've done. I don't do all of mine out of the AEX book. We do other activities, and they've never come back and said, hey, that doesn't qualify. Get back to all right, this is the form itself. And it's like 3 different pages because I had to copy and paste each page. You start by selecting your school year. Again, all the rest of it's filled out. Down here's where you put your activities in. Activity 1, 2, 3, title of the activity, date of the activity, and number of participants. And that's for all 6 of those. Okay. And then you have a 2-hour aerospace education activity. For a few years, we were able to use the AE weekend. We didn't do that last year because it didn't happen. So last year, we used the high altitude balloon challenge for our squadron. I know a few squadrons participated in that. But that counted as a 2-hour outside activity. And you keep filling this out until you get all of it completed, number of certificates you want, and you can save this throughout the year. Just don't submit it. You have to save it throughout the year as you fill it out. And it's easier to do it as you go than try to go back and remember, all right, on this date we did this. So, whoops, jumping pages on me. So save it throughout the year, and then at the end of the year, when you're ready to submit it, just hit submit and send it to National, and within a few minutes, you usually get back a report telling you that your reward report's been accepted, and then the next day or so, you'll get your award acceptance telling you that you've achieved the AEX award. Okay. It's really a lot easier than you think. Okay. And I put together some of the different activities we use to do it. Right here's your AEX books. This is right off of CAP website under AE, downloads and resources. And there's your AEX books. You can look at any of those and you can download them for free. AEX Volume 1 and Volume 2. And there's a lot of simple activities in here. Gives you ideas for tools or some stuff you need. Glue guns, different things that will help you with the activities. Right here is a simple one, paper airplane. Back to the basics. You build a paper airplane, okay? And then you do some flight tests with that paper airplane and you document them. That is an AEX activity. Right, there's your document where you describe your variable tested and the results. And you fill that out and put it with your AEX report for the month, or however you decide to do it. This one my cadets love, the final approach. You take an airplane, toy airplane, of course, get a stick, and make a long string that is connected to that stick where you can move it back and forth. And there's a loop on the top of the airplane that lets it slide down that string. Okay. As it slides down the string, the person in the pilot seat with the stick in their hand or the yoke will try to land that airplane within a certain area. And that's your landing strip there. And it has to land within that area. If it hits too soon or goes over, it doesn't count. Okay. And we make a competition out of it. I got the stuff to do that from the Dollar Tree for a couple dollars. And the cadets love it. We still have it. We have two different airplanes that we switch out, SR-71, and I forget what the other one is. We have the stick and all the string and all that. It's fishing lines, what we use. So it worked real good. So all you have to do is complete 6 activities from any, and this is what the rules say. All you have to do is complete 6 activities from any of our AE resources or an aerospace education lesson plan of your choice during the school year, and complete at least a 2-hour field experience, such as space day, aerospace-related field trip, rocket launch, etc. And I'm sure they'll do the balloon launch again next year. 2-hour AE outside activity. Here's some things it can be. TARC, Team America Rocketry Challenge. Our cadets done that one year. That was fun. The High Altitude Balloon Challenge. The Cadet AE Weekend. And if you want to do something over at the National Aerospace Education Center, I have a pretty good insight over there since I work there. And we can go do a 2-hour activity. I can set up a class. We can go out and turn on some avionics and run through some tests with the cadets on how avionics systems work. And we have the Beach Jet and the King Air now with real nice avionics. And we have some trainers that can actually show what a glass cockpit looks like. And we can run the cadets through that. And I'm willing to do that anytime. As long as you schedule a little bit ahead with me. The school loves doing things like that. They love having cadets and possible future students come into the school and look at what we got going on. Because we're up to 130 students now. We're jam-packed over there. So, excuse me. All right, so there's no reason why every squadron in the wing does not receive this award every year. You have one meeting a month by regulation that's dedicated to AE. That's 12 opportunities to do 7 tasks. Okay. So I know once a month, second meeting of the month is AE at our squadron. We do a lesson and a hands-on activity. This past week was AE. We did a lesson Journey of Flight Chapter 6 on advances in aeronautics. And our activity was Kahoot, because the cadets really love Kahoot. So you should be doing an AE activity every month. If you need ideas, call me. If we ever get back to meeting in person, which I hope we do, then I'll be glad to come over for an AE meeting and bring some of my toys over and do an activity with your cadets. Okay. We're meeting virtually. How do we complete 6 tasks at a virtual meeting? Be creative. Remember what the rules said, or an aerospace education lesson plan of your choice. We did a Journey of Flight aircraft of the Cold War, I think it was. And then our AE activity was we did a virtual tour of the Aerospace Air Force Museum in Dayton. And looked at a couple of specific airplanes up there. And that's fine. That you're doing a virtual tour. So that works as an activity. And then there's the other little known AE award. that very few people ever get because nobody knows about it. And it does take a little bit more to get, but you can't apply for it. It's just taken from the activity report. All right. First off, any questions on the AEX award? Like one of
No,
my
sir.
classes, like one of my classes at school. Okay. Well, then we have the AE award, okay, the Squadron AE Achievement Award. To earn this achievement award, a squadron must perform 8 of the tasks listed below. 1, 2, 3, and 4 are required to qualify for the award. That's what makes it a little bit more difficult. AEO for the squadron, you have to have an AEO for your squadron. That's required. He has to be in the specialty track to achieve or will have achieved the master rating. Meet the commander. The AAO will identify the AE activities to be accomplished during the fiscal year and discuss ideas with the commander. You have to have these meetings documented, and this is part of your SUI as well. You have to have these meetings documented with notes or audio video recording. Okay. And then you have to do the annual activity report prior to 30 October. Those are the 4 required items. Okay. Wow, that keeps wanting to go off on me. Okay, internal. You have to do something from internal and external. Okay. So our internal AE tasks include AE Excellence Award Program, AEX, earn the AEX, Model Rocketry Program. I would like to do eventually a Model Rocketry weekend where we get a lot of cadets to get their badges. But COVID hasn't allowed that yet. STEM kits, if you order and use and evaluate at least 1 STEM kit. And the AEO and 75% of your senior members will have earned a Jaeger award. You need to put in AE award nominations. Everybody should be putting those in every year for your AE officers. Attend your AEO school. AEO will attend either regional or national AEO school. That's gotten easier with this being online. I did a national and a regional this past year online. And then wing conference, they will conduct a seminar or make a presentation at the wing conference. Anytime you want to make a presentation at the wing conference, that gives me the day off. So I'll be glad to let you do that. And then we have our external tasks. Need to recruit an AEM. We have done horribly on AEMs. I know with COVID, it's hard to do. We can't get into the schools, can't get out and mingle with the public. So it's been hard on our AEM membership. We've dropped significantly. AEX and AE activities, you'll assist an AEM in completing an AEX program or STEM activity and present an AE activity at local school. Again, you might be able to get in virtually and do that with a school. Get in, talk to a teacher and let her bring you in virtually to help do an AE lesson or STEM kit in a school, and that would count. Aerospace Connection to Education, ACE. Squadron members will assist an ACE teacher with their lesson or activities. Again, hard to do today. Youth or civic group activities. Squadron members will assist a community youth group with an AE activity. We used to do a lot of EAA, Young Eagles activities, and we would combine CAP with that and talk to the kids about CAP and AE and all that stuff. And then your top flights, and then the school visit, AEO will visit classroom, either public or private or homeschool to promote CAP AE. That's your external tasks. And you must receive at least one task from each of the AE, internal and external. So you got to have the 4 beginning, 4 more to make your 8, and at least one of them has to be from each of the sides. And once you get that, like I said, this is not an award you apply for. This award is determined from the information in e-services and from the AE activity report. Wing commanders will be notified of which squadrons are receiving the Squadron AE Achievement Award. And again, this is an award all squadrons should work for or work towards. And I think we should all, I don't know, I haven't figured out yet if my squadron is getting the AE Achievement Award or not. We'll find out, I guess. All right. Any questions on that award?
Hey, sir, this is Tony Cox in Indianapolis. I have a question, or actually a comment. I just wanted to point out, you mentioned that the National AEO Conference was held back in June, and it's still available online on Access, and you can still get credit for it.
Yeah, that's awesome. Thank you for that. That's awesome. Hey, you hear that, AEOs? You don't have credit for national conference, and it's still available to get credit for. Okay, any other questions or comments? There's a couple other things I do want to talk about because I've got some questions from people wanting to know how to fill out some of the AE reports that we have to do, and they're unsure how to do these. I know the activity report is due in about 2 weeks. Do it at the end of this month, the 30th. So I need everybody to get those into me. A lot of the AEOs already have, but I just want to make sure that I get them all to meet my deadlines. Okay, let's go back to where I was, maybe. Okay, we'll close that one. All right, to fill out the activity report, oh, great. Waited too long. Oh, I got it. Just wasn't typing my password correct. All right, to do your POA and activity report. Every squadron commander and all the AEOs should have access to this. Go to Aerospace Education, go to your PAO and activity report, and then click up here, your PO and activity report. You can view your unit POA at any time while it's in work or after you get it approved. Your unit activity report, you can view those as well. You have to select the fiscal year, and this is the one that is due this month. And you will just have your squadron usually. And this is what it will look like if you haven't done one of these before. A lot of these answers are already filled in for you from e-services. A few you do have to answer. The AAO met with the squadron commander and identified AE activities for the upcoming year, yes or no. Did the AAO attend the National Region School? That one sometimes is checked for you if you did. Make a presentation at Wing Conference. You have to select that one yourself. The rest of these have your numbers on there, or your inputs already. So it's pretty simple. Most of it's filled out for you. How many participate in the AEX program? No, I still haven't completed model rocketry. So 0. You do have to put in if you didn't do it, you still have to put a 0 in here. If you don't, it will kick the form back at you. It doesn't want a blank spot. Ordered and received the STEM kit, evaluated it, and then again, how many did that? And then your Jaeger report, how many awards you submitted. Then you have to list the awards you submitted down here. And that will keep filling in as long as you keep typing. Again, none if you didn't do none. And then down here, it says above and beyond. It wants you to choose a file from your computer. If you did something above and beyond the normal, then you'll want to type a Word document, okay? Because you have to upload it as a Word document. If you didn't do anything above and beyond, you still have to save a blank Word document and attach it, upload it. If not, it will not let you submit your form. All right. So then once all that's done, you can submit it. It goes to your squadron commander. He or she looks at it and either approves it or denies it. If they deny it, they need to come back and tell you why, and they want you to change some things. And you have that capability of revising it or editing it up until he or she approves it. Okay. Once it's approved, then it's done. All right, so that's your activity report. It's pretty simple. And your plan of action is similar. And I haven't done mine for this year yet. So we'll look at 2020. And this is what you get whenever it's approved. Once it's approved, you get a green block up there. Okay, so this one is your plan of action, what you're going to do for the year. Now, one of these reports I know is no longer required when they updated the regulation, but it still gives you the option to fill it out. So I would fill it out. That way it sends that information to the wing of what your plan is, and I don't have to call you up and say, hey, what's your plan for AE this year? It comes in, I get a plan, I still get to look at your report. Okay, so it asks basic questions that it also knows the answers to most of the time anyway. Point AEO, enrolled in the squadron's primary AEO specialty track, yes, yes. Then you have to answer, it knows if you've enrolled in the AEX program. If I started mine now, it would say yes. And squadron enroll complete, you have to answer that yes or no. Well, why you enroll if you're going to answer no. Model rocketry program, I always put yes, but never seem to get it done. We did order a STEM kit this year. COVID prevented us from getting it done, but we did order it. Primary, this is again the answers that are there already. The primary AEO earned a Jaeger report that comes out of e-services. And then additional senior members will complete the Jaeger Award. I've only got one left in my squadron, I think, that's eligible to do that. I need to get them on the ball and get them taken care of. And then your AE award nominations, how many you're going to submit? Okay. And just basic, simple questions. Talk about it with your commander, what your plan is for the year. Nothing says you can't sit down with your commander and fill this form out. Get their input. And how do we track what we do through the year? I don't know about anybody else. Who do I have on here that's an AE officer? Mr. Dilly.
The officer.
Yes, Bruce.
Do you have any type of form where you keep track of your AE meetings?
I use the attendance sheet, so that way that gives me the number of individuals that participated in the activity. And then what I use for my monthly meetings is a variety of items. Number one is the evening sky map. And so we discuss some of the significant astronomy events that will occur that month. And then I also got on a website called Sky Tamer and brought up a list of the aviation events and milestones for a particular month, and then typed up a sheet with question answers or activities and included that in with the one call that Colonel Cheney sends out, and then have the cadets to complete those prior to the meeting. Then when we have our virtual meeting, then the second part of that, we discuss those events and share the significant events and milestones that have occurred during that, and tend to get a good response. And then also relate that some of the events to the DDR program and some other safety features that would be beneficial to both the cadets and senior members.
Yeah, that's good. All right. I know every AE meeting, I have a form that we fill out with the activity, what the activity was, what the lesson was, who presented, and attendance sheet. And those go actually on my computer. I used to keep them in the AE conformity book, but I don't do that anymore. Just keep them on the computer, and that way you can show for your SUI that you meet the requirements of what you have to for aerospace education. And mine's just a simple Excel spreadsheet. All right, any other questions on the awards or the activity report or the plan of action?
Nope, none here.
Okay, well, I know we're early. But that's about all I got. And I appreciate you putting up with my coughing. Hopefully I'll get over this before long. Get hit at a bad time.
Thanks, Bruce. Get well.
All right, thank you.